Like having the stamp of like, yeah, I'm from Cleveland and I'm doing this big. I see you, and I'm like, he gets to carry that very well, producing, DJing. I think you were and welcome back. Color Radio. I am JuicyJ. Kickback Shate is in the house. Special guest host in the house. That's the best engineer in the game. And we have, for the first time, I will say a legend in these Cleveland producer streets.
Oh man.
M.Stacks.
What's the word, man?
Welcome.
I'm feeling really colored today, fellas. Yeah.
Welcome. I am so happy to have you here. This is a long time in the making.
I'm happy to be here, Bleed.
As we were talking about beforehand, I've met you before.
Right.
So this is a full circle type thing where when I was a manager, I brought my artists to your studio to listen to some beats, all fire beats. We thought we were about to make it after meeting you because it was like, this man's produced Wiz, Currency. This was on like the come up. You were
2013, man.
flying.
A lot of stuff going on in 2013.
Flying off the flying, absolutely flying. So like for this to come full circle, I appreciate it. And I have to ask you your top 5 and what is your social media name so they can find you.
All right. Well, social media is M.Stacks online is the Instagram. The Twitter is M.Stacks. YouTube is M.Stacks Music. And what's the other thing you guys said? Top 5?
Top 5.
Top 5 what?
Top
Anything,
5
anything
artists,
you
top
want.
5. Give the people something to know about you. So top 5 shoes. Top 5 producers. What's your,
Top 5 comedians, man.
Ooh, there we go.
Yes, sir.
Dave Chappelle.
Facts. Yes.
Lil Rel.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? Eddie Murphy.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm gonna say Bernie Mac.
Come on now.
Oh yeah, Big Bernie.
And the last one I'm gonna throw in there is I'm gonna say Richard Pryor, man. I'm gonna take it back, man. I'm an old guy, man.
Richard Pryor. Shout out to Richard Pryor.
Can't go
Yeah.
wrong.
No. Sorry. No. We're gonna take him out of there because he's a little bit old school. We're gonna say Mike Epps.
Mike Epps.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
Mike Epps.
Yeah.
I think Mike Epps' comedy, I don't say career is underrated, but his stand-ups are very underrated. He gives you that old uncle at the barbecue vibes. Like,
For sure.
a little bit.
For sure. And he from the
bit.
Midwest, so it's like it's
Indiana,
comedy
right?
is
Indianapolis.
Indianapolis. So it's
Yep.
real relatable, in my opinion.
It is.
In 200 episodes, plus episodes, I think that was our first comedy top 5.
There we go, man. Had to
Oh,
do
see,
something different
there
on
we
this
go.
one,
Yeah,
man.
that's fine.
Sean agrees.
Shout out to you,
It's
bro.
real
That's
colored
dope.
over here.
Nice.
You know?
So,
Step your top 5 games up.
Exactly.
a little bit current events here, man. I wanted to get a producer's viewpoint of the Beyonce and the Drake dance movement starting. Is there a movement happening?
I ain't even peeped the Beyonce yet.
I asked this
This
before.
is
Is this the hip hop era of dance?
I think so, man. As far as burn events go, you know what I mean. I think this Beyonce Drake stuff is probably the top thing that's going on right now. I don't know. I guess I appreciate all types of music, but I don't know, man. I wouldn't like it if all music started sounding like that. I appreciate it for what it is. I just hope they kind of come with some other stuff too to balance it out.
To balance it
Appreciate
out,
for what it is.
it makes me want to go outside.
Makes you want to dance.
It makes me want
And
to
be
go outside.
around like-minded people dancing.
And or just be on the beach. I'm like, I need to go outside and hear this somewhere. I can't hear this inside. And
This guy used to dance back in the day. He used to be at Tequila Ranch. Man. He used to be on the dance floor, moving
Oh, it
and
was a
grooving,
soft
man.
jig for sure. Soft jig for sure.
It was.
Dougie
It was.
me out.
As soon as the Bruno Mars came on,
Hey.
nah.
my God. Hey, first of all, when Bruno Mars came on, that did change the party up. It was a very energetic, like jump up and down type moment when Bruno Mars came on.
Shout out Bruno, man.
He's talented.
So, as a producer, sir, when you're in a studio with an artist and they come in and say, "Hey, Drake's on the dance wave, we gotta make a dance beat," are you like, "All right"? Or are you like, "Nah, we ain't really doing that over here"?
Nah, we're gonna try it because I feel like no matter what genre that I produce, I'm gonna put my own spin on it. And the foundation of what I do is hip hop music, and it's sample based.
Mm-hmm.
So no matter where I produced R&B records before, but if you listen closely, it's really the core of it is hip hop music. So I could go the dance route, but you're gonna be able to hear that WuTang influence in
For
there.
sure.
You feel me?
Yeah, for sure. Get some drums in there.
Yeah.
Question, and the reason I bought Kickback on this episode with you, there's a genre of soul samples and
Yeah.
coke rap.
Wait, coke rap? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
What's coke rap?
Like drug rap.
Okay.
Drug raps that I think
Like
that
Pusha and Griselda and them niggas.
well, even like a BoldyJames.
Boldy, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man.
And let me say like a Stove God Cooks and like it's so
I know what
many.
you mean, like the whole Benny the Butcher way. Like,
Exactly.
what about
Yeah.
it though? Like, what about the
Now,
just heavy
is
samples?
that- because again, you've produced for
Yeah,
some early people, and you
Yeah.
said
I did tracks for BoldyJames. I was like one of the first like in-house producers for BoldyJames. I was also his official DJ for a long time.
Nice.
We went on to a few tours together. We went on tour Royce to 5'9". Did a bunch of stuff, man. But I produced a song with him and Prodigy for Mobb Deep. We did a whole album together called Live at the Roxy. It's on all streaming platforms now. That's doing numbers. And but yeah, it was all sample based drug music.
yeah.
That's kind of my lane. I'm not gonna lie to you, man.
I love that music.
Also,
That
me
is
too.
where
Yeah.
because look, I'm a Motown kid. Like the Temptations are my favorite group ever. So to bring those soul samples into a current
Bring
generation,
shade to that back this way. Yeah.
it gives me like I can ride to this and not get overhyped and go want to shoot somebody. More so like I've already done my shooting and I'm paid now.
After
Yeah, but
the job.
this how I started though, man, with the soulful samples though. Like I started making music at 13. That's when I
Yeah.
started doing beats. First drum machine, and my grandmother gave me her record collection because I felt like I ain't gonna lie,
That's
like
tough.
my idea on what a producer was real like minimal. Like all I saw was like Just Blaze or like The Alchemist and stuff like that. So I in my mind like DJ Premier, I'm thinking you need an MPC, a record
Yup.
player to sample, not knowing like it's a lot of producers that can play. I took piano lessons too as a kid, but like what really stuck to me was like the sampling thing, just because I thought that's what you had to do. So once I looked up and it was like 2007, and you got the whole capping movement in Cleveland, like
Right.
I really stood out. I could do that stuff in my sleep, but like I had spent so much time
It's
mastering.
that
the
would have been
soulful
so
samples.
different
Yeah,
back then.
For
Yeah.
sure.
You
Especially
wouldn't
around
even
that
like
time.
there's a space for it because it's Cleveland and it's Ohio, so there's a soul foundation here. But that the B soul sampling, then snapping and we on the most minimum of the
capping
beats.
on fours and shit.
Yeah,
Ringtone
I
beats.
remember being a kid. Like they used to do like these producer battles on the West Side at this club called High Five. I was too young to go, but like I don't know how I would get in. My dad would finesse it. I would get in,
And shout out
but
to your dad too.
yeah, shout out to my
Very
pops, man.
pivotal person in
yeah,
the career.
Yeah, for sure. My pops managed me my whole time doing this, and he managed BoldyJames for a little bit. He managed a whole bunch of people. He's still doing his thing too, man. He's on his acting stuff now, man.
Hey,
You know what I mean?
Nice.
Yeah.
Hell
So
yeah.
good transition, right?
yeah,
there.
but like I used to do these producer battles when I was a kid, and I forget. Oh no, my point was this. I just remember going against like a lot of producers, and none of them would have samples in their music. And I realized after a while that nobody else knows how to do this in Cleveland. It was literally just me. You know, it kind of held me back sometimes too because artists would want like
That
a
same
more
sound.
commercial
Certain type
sound.
of- yeah.
I can do that, but
It
you
wasn't-
know, I don't
wasn't-
know.
That wasn't
wasn't your
first thought.
passion.
That wasn't your
Nah.
first thought.
My thing with the production is you kind of got to meet me halfway. You know what I mean? Like at first, when I first started producing, it was cool. I'll make whatever you want. But like now, or even like in the middle of my career, it was like, you kind of got to meet me halfway on an artistic level. Let me do my samples. Let me do my thing. I want it to sound different. I want the drums to hit like this. Those really the type of only artists I can really work with. That
and
can
that's
take
why they
instruction like
came
that
to
too.
you for your.
I was
spin on it.
listening to the Big 40
Oh yeah,
project you just did.
right. So that was the deluxe version. We dropped the regular version like I think like a month before that.
Gotcha.
You liking that?
I'm liking it. I've never heard of it before. I was looking up on your stuff on this
Yeah.
title, trying to get
Title.
y'all pay a little bit more. trying to
Appreciate
get the little bit more.
Appreciate
So I'm
it.
on title with it.
Title.
Yeah,
faithful.
like Big 40 is dope. Like but that's another thing. Like he's part of that new generation here in Cleveland. And like when I first heard his music, I think he was singing. It was like heavy
Mhm.
auto tune, and his music is still like that. But this project that we did together is like kind of like how like the BoldyJames project I did live at the Roxy. It's like Big 40 has his normal sound, you know what I mean? But then we do a project together and it's gonna sound completely different. You know, he's gonna go back to his normal sound. That's his lane.
But this moment is captured.
When
right
artists
here.
when artists step over into my world and we do an EP together, it's gonna sound completely different from their other
as it
bodies
should
of
It's
be.
work.
presented
As it
by
should be.
M.Stacks.
Yeah.
That's an
Exactly.
M.Stacks EP.
Yeah.
That's your
Today
imprint
I
on
was
it.
listening to The Breakfast Club. French Montana was on
French.
talking about Harry Fraud and
Exactly.
how
Yeah, okay.
He one of my favorites too, man.
Yeah, Harry
By
Fraud
Musica.
tough.
come on now.
Yeah, for sure. No,
And
yeah, hell yeah. For
heavy in
sure.
the samples. This is when French usually gets into his rapping bag, and he even said on there that getting with this producer, I know that I have to come with a certain bag ready.
Some
Like,
bars.
this is not going to be the sing songy, very vibey.
Got the hook
I
going
wanna be
crazy.
known as one of the top artists with him.
Right.
I think it's similar to when they get to an M.Stacks bag, that they know that they're coming with a certain amount of, I don't want to say little bars ready on deck, some
Right.
bars ready to
A different
go.
level of thinking with
Exactly.
with him.
You're
Yeah, for
coming
sure.
into the M.Stacks world.
Mhm.
I was listening to some of your other podcasts you've done because you're very well traveled on the podcast. So I'm
Appreciate it, Holmes.
You might be the most well traveled producer on the podcast.
I'm glad you peeped, bro.
Because
My
there's
man.
it's not many.
I done did them all, man.
You hit me up.
Yeah, I know.
You
Like,
can't.
I try to do all of them,
And that's what I'm
especially in
saying.
the city. Like, why
Exactly.
wouldn't I?
Why not?
Exactly.
Yeah, why
And-
not tap in?
And
Put some eyes
for-
on you.
For you to be a producer that hustles so hard, you've if you just look at your Instagram, you are well traveled in general. Like,
Oh yeah, I done did a lot.
you're at a
man.
lot of events. You got to get the
He popping out. He popping
You
out.
might as
Yeah.
well be a meme with the rolling the blunt with the Meek joint on the.
Oh yeah, that was
weed
funny.
joint.
That was funny, man. I be in a lot of places, man. I don't even know how this happens, bro. I
What-
just end up,
And that's the best way to be
And-
about it. Like, you just out here doing you.
And that's why I
I'm
wanted
there.
to ask you for a upcoming producer. Is it relationships and hard work? Is it the hard work comes before the relationships? Where does it come where you're again 13 and you're getting into these beat battles, and where does that trend? Because a lot of people quit. A lot of people quit. A lot of shit happens. Setbacks.
Deter
What
you
keeps
from
you
going.
going? And when that first placement happens, does that fuel you to keep going, or you always was going? You was never gonna stop. That's not.
I was
not
never
in you.
gonna stop, man. I kind of made up in my mind around 13 that this is what I
Mm.
wanted to do with the rest of my life. I know for a fact I made that up in my mind. It wasn't something I was experimenting around with. Like, I was
That's
really
fire.
lost at like 12 and 13. I got kicked out of school, man. Out of middle school, man. I did some goofy shit, and they so while I was expelled or whatever, I had a long talk with my dad, and he was like, "Look, man, you got to figure this shit out. What are you gonna do with your life?" And I'm like, "Man, I want to do music."
That's fire.
And went out, got all my equipment that I needed, and I really stuck with it. But like, yeah, once I started getting like real relevant placements, it was probably like around college time.
Mm.
I was already enrolled. I was going to CSU, and I think my first placement I got was I was working with Ray Cash. I met Ray Cash
that's
on some
cool.
random shit.
Fast, man.
Yeah, and we ended up we did a whole album together, and I got kicked out of college. Like I
Oh,
flunked
damn.
out. That's what happened.
Yeah.
I flunked out. So instead of just going to like try to see or something to get my GPA up, I'm like, man, forget it. I'm just about to. I'm
Music.
doing what
You
I'm gonna
working
do
times
right
two
now. I'm
after
like,
that.
man, I can put
Yeah.
my all into this Ray Cash thing I'm doing and kind of
see
see
where it
where it
take you.
goes. Yeah,
Yep.
like, but a lot of stuff was happening too around that time that was pushing me towards like moving out of
What's
the
that
school.
blog
too.
era too? That's
It was
what
the blog era. That was a
heavy
special
blog
time.
It
era,
was.
yeah.
It truly was.
Like I was rocking with Rich Paul too. Like Rich Paul
Oh,
took
yeah,
an
for
interest
sure.
in my music. Like I remember he pulled up to the crib. I never really told this story on the podcast. Like Rich Paul pulled up to the crib, my mom's house in the Range Rover, and was like
he
wait.
stayed with the range.
Yeah,
Yes,
he pulled
sir.
up, listened to the beats and everything, and I was rocking with Dream. That's really where I started,
Yep.
for real. As far as like Cleveland making music,
Yep.
it was like under the Dream Life.
Okay.
Like,
Ooh.
yeah.
Damn, that sounds.
Shouts
that's
out Rich
definitely
Paul.
that's
Yeah,
definitely
man.
07, 08 type.
Damn.
07, 08.
Yes, sir.
Yep, I did tracks for Al,
Yep. Yep.
Chip, yeah, Pooh Gutter,
Going
all
crazy.
of them.
Again, when I said like when me and my artist came to you, we was like, oh yeah, this is it.
He worked
This
with
is
this,
it.
yeah,
we was
for
ready.
sure.
We was ready to do it.
People
For
be
sure.
doing shit.
Because again,
Oh, God.
us being we love the game. We love hip hop, and we like I wanted to have Kickback on here because he was again a part of the label and everything. Like
Mhm.
the we loved it just for the grind of it and being from Cleveland, like having the stamp of like, yeah, I'm from Cleveland and I'm doing this big. I see you, and I'm like, he gets to carry that very well, producing, DJing. I think you were you DJing for WuTang? What was that?
I did a show for WuTang.
Yeah, that WuTang.
yeah.
You was opening up, and I'm looking at the crowd. I'm like, yo, this is like how can you even like not praise this?
I did a lot of
How
big
could you
shows here
not
in Cleveland.
praise
I did
this?
all the big
Right.
shows here in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Cleveland. I did Kevin Gates. I did Lil Pump when he came. I did. I don't know, man.
Shout out.
Somebody DJing these things and somebody being out there.
All the
yeah.
Bone shows. I did all
Right.
that.
Right.
Yeah.
So
But that's the thing though, man. A lot of people don't know that. Like I was basically like the resident DJ at the Agora. It really
Right,
started
right.
with Peabody's.
Mhm.
That's where it all
Peabody's,
started with
yeah,
me too, man.
Peabody's.
I don't shout them out enough, man. Peabody's. It was like a little club that was located right across the street from Cleveland State
yeah, man.
University.
Yeah,
And
Peabody's.
I was just DJing their little shows there, and then they ended up moving to the
The
Agora.
first time I saw Fat Owl live was at
at the
Peabody.
Peabody's.
Mhm.
Yeah,
That was the first time I
so
saw him live. No,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. The second time, the first time I saw him live was at St. Al's. I was in 7th grade.
Oh,
St.
yeah.
Aloe.
St. Aloysius,
Always tell
next
that
to
story,
Glenville.
yeah.
I remember that.
Glenville
place.
used to have parties at
St.
our
Al's.
lunchroom. I don't know why.
Hey,
I don't know why. They used to
social time.
they used to
I DJ'd at
smack
St.
that
Al's
bitch
before.
out. Though.
That's
They used
creepy.
to smack
DJ
it out.
there. That's tough.
I DJ'd a party there. It was who was performing? Tay from the 50.
Man.
Oh,
Man.
stop
Man.
it.
Yeah.
Tay from the
And
50,
it's,
bro.
and
Yeah.
it's thugs in there.
Bro, it's going crazy.
Thugs
when
in
I
there
was
in
staying
this
over on
Catholic school,
when I was staying
bro.
over on Lakeshore back in the day, like 03 back in them times, my neighbor underneath me, I guess he said he knew all them, like all the royalty camp people, but he used to give me the
Shout out
CDs, and I was like 11 or however old I was, so I was having the CDs like these niggas is hard. I was like, it's
Bruh.
going crazy. But I fucked with the Boss Bird too,
Nah,
Boss Bird.
because I played baseball with all of them.
Yeah. No, shit. Shout out
Like
to Lil
they was all
Marv,
on the
man.
same team.
Lil Marv.
Yeah,
Shout out to
definitely
Lil
Lil
Marv.
Marv.
I see,
And he had a
I see
crazy
him in the-
fastball, no cap. He threw
Hey,
hard. He was really good at baseball. I'm trying to tell y'all, bro.
Who was hard at baseball?
Lil Marv.
He played baseball.
He was a
He
savage.
looked
like
like a baseball player.
bro,
Right,
pitcher.
right,
Hey,
right,
bro had
Little
the
Cuban
cannon.
face.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. He had the heater. No cap.
So back to the origin stories. You say you had a residency at Peabody /
Yeah.
Agora.
That's
Yup.
hard. That's tough.
And I saw that I saw on the podcast you were saying that you were getting to your name out there because everybody that came.
Yeah, so I knew like the money was cool. It was cool and it was consistent. But I looked at it more so like this is my opportunity to network for what I really want to do, which is the music production. Because I knew by being a DJ, I got to be there at sound check. So I'm finna meet the artist, a
lot of
little
people.
man, they manager,
yep.
the fucking everybody.
Assistant, the homie that stay with the
Everybody.
shits.
And then it don't
Everybody.
look so crazy when I say, yeah, I do beats, man. Let me
Yeah,
send you beats.
it doesn't
we
look
all,
crazy at all.
We
I don't look
kicking-
like a fan.
right,
I look
right,
like we
right,
all
right.
working here
Yup.
together.
Mm-hmm.
Yup.
So I did it for that, and that worked out in my favor too. One of my first like placements on an album came from that. Like I have a long track record of artists I produced for, but like a lot of it's like mixtape cuts or like
Right.
cuts that got lost in the blog era.
Mhm.
But this one track in particular, or this one artist in particular, ended up on an album. It was Rittz. He was
How
signed
about
to
that?
Strange Music.
Mhm.
I met him right before he signed his deal, and he was really looking for beats. So, actual album placement came from that.
I think that's around the
Shouts out
time.
Peabody's.
What time? What year was that?
2011, bro.
2011. So we
Sound
met
right.
right after that, and like I had to look Rittz up because I had never heard of him until we
Yeah.
came to find y'all. You.
A lot of people
So-
haven't, but
I was like, oh snap! And then Strange Music, the independent side, taking out all that, and I was like,
doing his
okay,
thing.
it's some good money over
I
here.
think you was putting me back onto that back
yeah,
then
yeah,
type
yeah,
shit. Yeah.
Because we
We was always
debating
trying to put
on-
we was trying to put everybody on to something that we saw that was different.
trying to debate on if we wanted to be indie or go that major label route,
Yeah.
and what that looked like. So we were just again studying the game, studying what people were doing because we looked up to the World Camp type stuff, the Fat Owls. Like
We
when
was
Fat
all
Owl
middle
got
school.
on Madden.
Yeah, that was
When Fat
crazy.
Owl got on
big.
Madden,
That was
we thought
wild.
It was out of here for
We was
us.
like, we was freshmen when that happened.
Oh my,
that was
that's
crazy.
what, Madden
07, right?
06?
That was
Yeah,
07?
07.
I think it was 07,
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
07.
We went,
That was crazy.
went crazy,
I
bro.
was a senior in high school, man.
Bro.
It was,
Yeah,
Bruh.
we was definitely like on some freshman in high
So-
school type shit.
So like even to that extent, like we saw where it could go.
Right.
One song. Like again, I heard that song when I was in 6th grade.
Right. Yeah, right. Because it was older. Bill Cosby said change
that
your
was a little
name,
bit
cuz.
older. He had to change his
He
name.
said
Had to
Bill-
change his
yeah,
name.
yeah.
Shit.
Bill Cosby, this
So,
nigga.
shout out Bill.
You shout out to him?
I mean, shit, shout Fat Al.
Shout out, there we go, there we go.
Just seen Al the other day, man.
Crazy.
He's my guy, man.
Hey, shout out.
Crazy.
So-
And him on the voicemail recorded.
So after the Rittz placement on the album instead of being the blogger cuts, does that unlock something for you production wise, or is that again relationship over hard work?
I would say a little bit of both, relationship and hard work.
Mm-hmm.
You know, right place, right time.
Mhm.
But it's not like the first beats that I hit him with. He was actually the first beats I
Relationship.
sent him. He was like, "Yeah, these cool," but I had to go back to the drawing board and make stuff specifically for him.
Mhm.
Matter of fact, I had to call up Machine Gun Kelly. He had a guitar player named AJ.
Mm-hmm.
I called him, and he's the guy. He actually co-produced it with me, man. You know, he did a large majority of the beat. I ain't even gonna cap you down, man, because it was like a sample in it, and it had to be replayed. So
Yeah.
my guy came through,
Mhm.
and we knocked it out. But I actually ended up getting 2 more Rittz placements after that one.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
and we made it on Billboard with every single one of them, man.
Hey, hell
But
yeah.
what came after that? I mean, I don't know. I think I got other placements along the way, but like I want to say that's the only album placement that I ever
Mhm.
had. So, you know,
Okay.
only time I ever made it on Billboard.
So
Yeah, you
What's
made
that
that
one?
on that
Yeah.
motherfucking shit.
and
I
that's a
look at
big
that.
deal. Like
Yeah, I
again,
look at that.
But we aiming for something higher this go
Ex- for
around.
sure.
You know, that's why I'm working with a lot of new artists. And
I was about to say you
Pushing
you
the
have a
envelope.
great package you offer where you're engineering, you're giving the
Yeah.
beats, you're mixing and mastering,
yeah, the EP package.
the EP
deal.
package.
Okay.
So yeah, that's something I offer for the independent up and coming artists. You
Mhm.
know, it's everything included for the most part. You see it with the cover art. I mean, we present the EP as M.Stacks presents, and it's on all streaming platforms. And then another thing is it's a 12-month promo push with that.
Okay.
Mm.
You know what I
Oh,
mean?
that's tough.
'Cause
That's the
That's
job
the
right
game.
there.
That's
Yeah.
the game changer right there.
That's what sets me apart from a lot of different producers, though, man.
It's
Like
an ongoing
a lot of
thing.
producers just make the beat and they just send
Keep
you
it
on your
going.
way.
Yep.
But
Been
me,
there,
Let me
done
know
that.
if it blow up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
been there, done that for
but
sure.
I have an actual like personal interest in the record to see it grow, to see it succeed, to see it do well. I'm DJing in the club, so you know I'm hands on with it, spinning it on the
Exactly.
radio. A lot of people don't know I spin on the radio here in Cleveland, 95.9 FM.
Hey.
Okay.
So it's in rotation, the
Mhm.
whole nine, man. But yeah, it's something I offer to all up and coming independent artists. But the EPs is something I've been doing with independent artists for a minute.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
for sure.
Like
For sure.
starting with BoldyJames, you know. It's a new artist I'm working with out of Georgia right now named Daryl the Goat.
I saw
Yeah,
the post
so
about, huh?
he was originally signed to Say Cheese TV.
Okay.
Got him out of that deal. It was a bogus deal. We got him out of that, and now
Mm.
he over here rocking with Rod Wave now.
That's
Okay.
where I saw him at first. I saw him on a Say Cheese
Yeah.
post.
I'm about to
Okay.
say,
Yeah, it was
that's-
a big
sound
deal
familiar.
because it was a big deal. He got out of jail. He went to jail at 16. He got out at however age he was, 19, 20,
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
and he signed to Say Cheese.
Mm.
You know,
I say that. I
like-
think that name that came across my face a few times. after
Yeah,
you
that's my
recorded.
little bro.
Okay.
Like we got a whole album on. I mean, it's an EP, but I mean, we really could.
Yeah, we know what's up. Yeah.
Yeah, we really got a few EPs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
always
yeah.
a few.
We-
It's always
yeah,
a few.
we know the game. We know the
Yeah,
game.
for sure.
But it's another artist that I really like, man. I'm really pushing right now. His name is Lil Double O,
Yeah.
and he just he just signed the Future.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
He's
okay.
so
Free
dope,
bands.
man.
Yeah, he.
Yeah.
I was trying to see his face. He had the ski
Yeah,
mask
he
on.
don't really
so-
show his
Oh,
face like
man.
that, man.
I was like, all right, god damn it, he got the ski mask on and everything.
Just go
All
with
right,
the ski
bet.
mask.
I'll listen to the music, I
He
guess.
like to wear a mask,
Yeah.
man. You know, he's scared of COVID, man.
Yeah,
You know, he like
right,
that.
right. But
Valid,
no, yeah,
valid.
the music sounds great, and like you said, like are you? Again, I looked at the podcast you were looking at before. Are you still looking to hone skills of the artist? Or is that where
Yeah.
you're
So my specialty is artist development.
Mhm.
That's what I do, man. As far as like developing, like okay, so I'm real hands on from beginning to end. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? From crafting the actual record, like what are you about to rap about? Sonically, what is it about to sound
Right.
like?
Help them sounding right and all that.
Yeah, recording,
which
it,
is
something.
very needed right now. Which is like
It's
it's much
very
needed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're not gonna do none of that free for all shit,
Yeah.
man. I'm
Man,
definitely
I
gonna have
can't
an
stand
input
it.
Mhm.
on what we about to do on this record. I'm the one that mixes and masters it. When we drop it, it drops under my brand, my label.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like I said, I'm right there every step of the way as far as pushing and promoting the record.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, for sure.
That's dope. That's dope as hell.
It's the extra step.
So you said you got an artist in Georgia, so you're moving back and forth between Ohio and Georgia. I'm guessing.
I'm everywhere, man.
Okay.
That's why the name of my company is Connected Everywhere. But yeah, I mean, I am back and forth from Georgia. But he's so self-contained that I don't need to keep going back and forth.
Gotcha.
You know what I
Right.
mean?
Gotcha.
He has his own recording situation. He can send me the files.
Yeah.
I can send him beats. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
These days he's barely even in Georgia. You know what I mean? He's doing this thing with Ride
Moving
Wave.
around.
So that kid is everywhere.
Catching that
Shout out
inspiration.
to it. Oh, shout out to it.
Yeah, that's tough. Shout out to that.
So, what do you have coming up on your end? Are you getting ready for any tours or anything? Are we here? Are we there? What's the vibes for your 2022 or your 2023?
The rest of 2022.
So yeah, I am doing a tour. It's gonna be a M.Stacks and Friends tour.
Okay.
So it's gonna be featuring me, a bunch of my DJ and producer homies, and it's also gonna feature a bunch of independent artists.
Dope.
For sure.
Different headliners in every city.
Oh, that's cool. Spread it around.
Yeah. So I'm doing that, and I got a project dropping soon, man. It's called Okay, I'm Impressed, and it's basically gonna be
Nice.
Yeah, it's gonna be like honestly, it's just gonna be a compilation of all those blog songs that we talked about that got lost.
Ah,
I'm
okay.
finally putting them
Collecting
on,
them together.
finally putting them on the streaming platforms.
Dope.
Nice.
This time now, I got stuff with Mac Miller that's not on the streaming platform.
Man.
It's going up.
R.I.P. man.
Come on,
Back
bro.
that
It's
guy.
going
Right.
up, man.
Shout out to
Question.
the title too.
A quick question before we wrap it up. What is your advice you give to an upcoming producer about their business? We're hearing a lot of producers saying they're not getting paid, they're not getting credit on their beats and everything. What
Points
would
and
be,
shit.
because you've always been about, that's the one thing you can always say about the M.Stacks company and the business. It's always about the business first. What would be your
Shout out
advice
Pops.
you'll give to the up and coming producers?
I mean, luckily for me, man, I had my dad, and he was there to manage me. And it's not like he knew a whole bunch about the music industry to begin with.
Right.
He really did his homework, bumped his head a couple times.
And he
read a
got to
bunch of
call
books,
bullshit
and-
when it was time to
Yeah,
call
but
bullshit.
he figured it out. So, I mean, the honest answer is you need to get you a manager. You know, a lot of people say, I don't know where to find one. You got to look at the internet. You can Google music managers in my area, artist
Man, I
managers in
swear
my
it's the
area.
future.
Think about it like this, I mean, if you're a up-and-coming producer, I'm pretty sure you work a job somewhere too.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And I'm pretty
Maybe
sure
two.
you have a manager there. So your music career is no different, and you may have to shoot the lock off that wallet and hire one.
Right.
It's just the
Yeah.
name of the
Shoot
game.
the lock off the
Lock
wallet.
off the
Yeah.
wallet.
That's
And
it.
also get you a lawyer too. That's another thing. You need to have
Facts.
a lawyer and a manager. I
Facts.
mean, there's no way around it.
Ideally.
And if you just got to start off with just the homie managing you just because he ain't charging you, that's cool. But just know that that's not gonna
You gotta
last.
get
As
forever.
long
You
as
got to
you-
figure some other shit out. That's just cool to just have somebody that has your back and your best interests at heart.
Learning on
But
the
the
way.
real thing is about having somebody on your team that really knows his business and can help you figure this shit out. So
Gotta have
that's the
smart-
only way
gotta
you're
have
not gonna get
smart
jerked
people
out here,
around
man.
you.
dope. Hell yeah. I needed to ask that because again,
Good question.
a lot of the upcoming artists are gonna look to this as
man.
a
The
preview
guide.
of who M.Stacks is, and but a lot of it, I look to you as like, hey, about his business, getting his credits in there. You gotta get them credits in there because again, if it was in the blog era, niggas was just taking beats. In fact, the niggas just taking beats.
Oh yeah.
Putting
My
shit
beats
on.
got
For
taken. But to
Putting
be
shit
honest, in that time in my life, I was happy to get my beat taken. Like I would,
Anywhere.
for the
You
most
know
part,
what's
I
the-
would get my. I never had somebody take my credit from me. I've been not credited on stuff before, and
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. I'm
Yeah.
okay as long as you're not giving the credit to another.
It's someone else,
Yeah.
right.
right?
And at that moment in time, I was just happy to be getting my resume up.
So
Dope.
right.
Dope,
Right.
dope.
I'm happy for the experience.
Yeah.
So the way we like to wrap up the show, we go around and say what we're reading, watching, or listening to. Gives the people some homework to go home with.
All right.
Kickback. We're gonna start with you, man. What are you reading,
Mm.
watching, or listening to, sir?
I just started reading that Decency and Mero, the knowledge, the God level knowledge. Yeah,
Yeah, that
that's
shit-
that's
that shit
tough. I
fire. I
like
got
that.
that
I'm on
too.
the relationship part now. I stopped because I was like, bro, I ain't just for a hot second. It's cool though.
Wait till you get to the part about being washed
Oh yeah, I'm waiting for that
and
one.
being over 30. Oh man.
Yeah, I've been watching that Chippendale movie on Disney Plus with
funny.
my son a shit ton.
Funny. Super
Like
funny.
a shit ton.
Chippendale.
Yeah, he be just walking around the house, chip, 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 chip. I'm like, all right, let's get it moving.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Anything you listening to?
Of course. I mean, recently I was just been listening to some Schoolboy Q for some reason.
What's that? School Dad? Or no,
a Soccer Dad, the new single. No,
Yeah,
I've been listening to
Soccer
the what's that? The album he dropped in 2019. I can't think of the name of it for some reason.
Not Oxymoron, but kind of
with the yellow cover. But I've been listening to that one. Me and Turtle,
Two-Face.
me and my son, been listening to that. He liked the first song on there.
Okay.
He navigates a lot of the listener.
M.Stacks, sir, what are you reading, watching, or listening to?
What am I reading, yo? I'm reading Cold Mountain for the third time, man. Y'all ever read that, man? Go read that.
What's that about?
It's about a dude, and he trying to get back to his woman, dog, and he got to go through a whole bunch.
Okay.
They made us read it in school, but like whenever I read it me feel comfortable again. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Cold Mountain.
What's the other one? What am I watching?
Watching.
I paused it before I left. I was watching First Time Felon with Omar Epps and Tretch from Naughty by Nature.
That's
man.
a classic early 2000s right there.
Yo.
It's some random shit, man.
Okay, and
The
what are
best
you
view.
listening to, sir?
What am I listening to, man? I'm listening to I don't know, man. Listening to the best of BoldyJames. If y'all don't know who BoldyJames is, man, look him up. Y'all know who BoldyJames is?
I'm not gonna lie and say I do.
Who's
Y'all
Bob
too
James?
young, man.
Who's Bob James?
BoldyJames is probably the most sampled man in hip hop.
There you go.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure Schoolboy Q sampled some
Probably.
BoldyJames.
You just gave me something
Put us
around home
on,
too.
yeah.
I'm telling you, Bob
best of Bob
James.
James.
We the type of niggas
He
that
don't
like
do
that
hip
type
hop
of shit.
music, but like when you listen to it, you be like,
like,
damn, this
There's
shit
a lot
hip-hop.
of sample
Okay.
this shit
This
here.
is hip hop.
Okay, Bob James.
I like. See, that's why I asked
That's-
that
we
question.
like
That's
these
exactly
things.
what. That's why I asked that question.
We like these things.
Reading Jurassic Park 2, The
Oh,
Lost
yeah.
World. Watching The Boys.
Ah,
The Boys is on season 3. If everybody watches The
Superhero.
Boys,
The Boys.
The Boys is dope. Listening to Joe Budden, man. He his co-host Ice played 2 songs off that Kevin Gates.
is that the light skin one or dark skin
the
one?
dark skin one?
Okay, baby.
Ice.
Sit on his
Yeah.
right or
Hey man, who's a new fat nigga on No Jumper, man? Who is this?
Flacco,
nigga?
man. Flacco.
Yeah, I
don't like that
Flacco.
nigga,
Yeah,
man.
Flock. Okay, so
Get
look.
him on it.
I
And he
haven't
stuttered.
listened, but he just looked like he not
makes niggas
about
that
it.
stutter look bad.
I saw him in past. I said, "Who is this?"
So Flacco is.
Yeah, put me on.
He's like
Irritating.
he's like a academics and a
Oh, no.
Charlemagne birth child because
Charlemagne.
he came from the chat nigga chat.
His
So
ass.
chat niggas is academics' Twitch fans.
Okay.
So he came from that chat.
Chat nigga.
Chat niggas.
Okay.
They call themselves the chat niggas.
Okay.
Chat niggas.
Chatty patties.
And that went into him doing his own videos and having these hot takes and saying outrageous things.
Mhm.
Adam from No Jumper signs him.
You grab me a couple photos, man.
Nice.
Fuck with me, bro. Come on, bro.
Come on, nigga.
Fuck with me, bro.
Shout
You
out
got the
to
camera and
Antonio.
shit. You take fire photos, bro.
Right now, he got the
Yeah.
Fire with it, bro.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, he trusts your vision.
so
Come
yes,
on.
he has these hot takes. Terrible hot takes. I don't say terrible hot takes, but he was calling a gangster, quote unquote, a clout chaser, and he told him to suck his dick, and he got spit
Damn, a
on.
real gangster. He got spit on.
He got the gangster spit on him.
Oh
Spat
wow. Spat,
And-
for sure.
Oh yeah, I did see that. They
And
spit on each other.
They spit on
They
each
spit
other.
on each
They spit
other?
on. Well,
This guy real.
when
randomly
somebody spit on
kinky.
you, you're not gonna spit back. You're supposed to
Fight.
get busy after that.
This is
That's
a lot
what
of
it's supposed
kinky
to be.
shit, man. That
But
shit
you
all
still
sound
can't
crazy.
get over that spit though. You kind of got.
Ain't no
You
way.
got- okay, yeah,
And you
yeah,
know he
yeah,
probably.
So he
Grown
spit back.
man.
He spit back, and AD is next to him, and
Not Anthony
AD's
Davis.
a real.
Yo,
He's a
shit.
real.
Yeah.
He's a real gangster on that side.
Okay, I thought Anthony
And
Davis.
he had
for
to
a minute.
stand in front of him. That puts AD in a bad position because he ain't really trying to take up for a person that's call himself a civilian, but says, "Hey, watch what I do to you. Watch what I do to you."
Yeah, niggas talking reckless.
I'm not a fan of it because it makes journalists that are civilians look like pussies.
Well, I mean, at the same time, he being extra as fuck.
He's being extra,
But I feel you on that though.
and
That's
he
a fact.
shouldn't like. Hey, when you in front of somebody that close, it's gonna
See, the
it
internet
changes.
The
It's
internet
different
make you
from
forget
man.
you get punched in your face.
You get punched in your face.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
And I'm a '90s baby.
We are.
You get punched in the face.
You get
punched in the
punched.
face when you talk regular.
Or talk too
Yeah.
crazy at
That's
the
just
very
how it
least.
is.
Like, get your bitch
Motherfuckers
ass out of
forget that Dr. Dre slapped D Barnes, man.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? They forget about that, man.
So yeah,
here.
that
They forgot
guy.
about Dre,
right.
for sure.
yeah.
I don't know how long he's gonna last over there at No Joke because everybody knows
No.
where that studio is at.
Um,
Everybody,
They got the drop on
the
them?
gangster AD. I don't say gangster. The hood hood welcomed person, AD,
welcomed person.
is telling him like, bro, I wash my hands of you. I can't protect you the next time this happens. You got these hot takes. You call people cloud chasers, telling them to suck your dick in the hood where you live in LA now.
Hey, I fuck with AD. AD used to send me his music all the time back on Twitter back in the day, man. And I ended up meeting him in 2015 at South by Southwest backstage when Post Malone was performing.
He's gonna have a big career in this podcast. Yeah, man. He's very personable on Twitch, and I haven't listened to his music yet, but
he can rap.
I haven't listened to Joe Budden's music ever. But
for real, bro?
You said ever?
Every podcast.
So your first time hearing Joe Budden, he was already a podcast.
Yeah, and he's playing his music. That's when I hear his music.
You ain't really missing nothing for real. Though.
I mean, that's also true.
Like, I used to force myself to like his shit. It put you in a real depressing type. That's what I'm saying.
You know what? The last time it's not like Pump It Up. What's the other song he had? Damn.
Fire.
Something like that. No,
that's Lloyd Banks.
You know what I'm talking about, though. Like, he had another one.
He had a song with one of the niggas from Immature, man. It was called Up in the Club. Yeah,
Up in the Club.
Yeah, it was like produced by R. Kelly.
Was that Marcus Houston?
It was Marcus.
Okay.
That was kind of fire.
You right about that though.
No, it was. It was. That shit was hard.
He got put through the machine. Like, let's make this song good.
Look,
it was probably
the stuff I've have heard from him. I like it, but I just can't.
Like you said, it makes you depressed.
You like Slaughterhouse? I like Slaughterhouse.
I like Royce.
I mean, I ain't got a problem with them.
I like Ortiz.
Fucking
niggas ain't been finna
Yeah,
listen
I
to
like
bars
Slaughterhouse.
all day.
Y'all like Slaughterhouse, but it's not my cup of tea. It's not my cup of tea.
I got you.
It's not.
Shouts out to my boy Royce though, man. Real nigga, man. Y'all know Royce don't drink or smoke.
He's been sober for like the last.
That's
I don't know
surprising.
how he did it, man. I used to be up in this nigga face like. He like, that don't phase me, young blood.
Man.
All right.
Direct quote.
That's the that's the what one of them things where I'm like, how do
it's great willpower.
Those older rappers survive in the party scene all the time? Like is JuicyJ really drinking and smoking that much?
Seem like they know how to handle their shit, man. I was on the road with DJ Premier, and he not saying he a party animal, but dude, this nigga he's older and he still smoke his weed. I ain't seen him drink or nothing crazy like that, but. Honestly, when I saw that, I kind of admired it. I'm like, I want to be a cool old nigga like that. Smoke my weed and fuck with a bitch.
Do my raps.
And be chilling. I'm a legend.
Cool.
DJ Premier, though, that's hard.
Don't got to worry about being
that's
cool.
Hard.
Yeah.
All right, brother.
That was it.
You made it, man.
We made it through.
You made it through. I feel like you got more stories, but I think this initial podcast, and you're welcome back.
Bring me back like Vlad be doing, man.
You're definitely welcome back. We can talk about more current events.
Like, so last time.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like Boosie. I'm gonna be like,
man, regularly every Tuesday.
Hey, come on now, you know how it goes. Again, tell them what you got coming up. Anything you want to promote that is coming up in the near future. If you want to say anything.
Yeah, man. The M.Stacks and Friends tour coming to a city near you. Okay, I'm impressed. That's the album coming out, the compilation album. Daryl the Goat album coming out soon. I forgot to mention I got an EP dropping with Bizarre from D12, man.
Killing it.
So yeah, like we've been sitting on it for a minute, but we about to drop it.
And he just did an interview with my man Fafa. That's starting to make sense.
Oh yeah, Bizarre. Yeah.
Okay.
Shouts out to my boy Biz, but the album is called I'm the DJ, He's the Weirdo. It's like on some weird shit. You know how Bizarre rap, man. But it's on some like Griselda hip hop soulful samples. You guys will like it.
Yeah, for sure.
We're gonna try and drop a limited release vinyl along with it as well, man.
All about that shit right now.
What else I got coming up, man? That's pretty much it, man.
That's dope, bro.
Coming to a city near you, man. Fuck with your boy, man.
Appreciate you for coming.
Real colored over here.
Hey,
for sure.
Get your EPs done by this man. Kickback. Thank you for guest hosting with me.
Yes, sir.
Best engineer in the game.
Thank you.
Back
there, focus, man.
Always.
Thank you, Antonio. About to say Connect. Office Studios. Connected everywhere,
man. You know what I mean?
And
shouts out to my Uber driver that brought me here, Raul, man.
Hey, Raul.
Raul, man. Get that nigga 5 stars, dude.
Hey. I'm JuicyJ. This is Color Radio. Play that funky music.